See these people, the ones who laughed at you or told you that you can't, they don't have to wake up every day and feel how you feel. They don't have to hate the reflection they see in the mirror looking back at them. They don't have to go to bed at night feeling empty because there's something they desperately want. That's you, and that's on you. So do something about it. You weren't born to live second-rate existence. You weren't born to your dreams, your hopes, and your aspirations pass you by. You were born for it.
You have to go into 2023 with the mindset that you're going to win. No one and nothing, even your fears, can stop you from becoming the person you desire to become.
You want to work on your goals and your dreams, but you've been working all year round. Now, even though your internal dialogue is screaming for you to grind for something more, it's time to step into the shoes you were meant to wear.
You should always be living in a glass cage you built around you, the limits you can realize in your potential. So take the hand, smash the glass, jump up the cliff and build your wings on the way down. Learn to fly the things through. The time is now, and you must take action. You must play. I must execute this plan. Stop. To achieve my goal. So get up. It's time to fight. Will it be easy? No, but nothing worth having ever.
What will be the greatest things that you achieve in 2023? Where do you want to advance? Where do you want to make progress? Where do you want to elevate your game? But let me ask you, how would you know that you had? The only way you know that you had is by your ability right here, right now, to see the future that you want to create, to see the results of your efforts. Everyone is capable of doing this, but if you're ready to take this to the next level, let's give you a more powerful perspective. Look, everything that human beings have created has been created twice. First inside their mind, and second in reality.
Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me all right? Is the audio better now, Alejandro?
It's good, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I had to reset the audio. All right, happy 2023, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sarah. How's everyone feeling today? It's not a regular Monday. You guys know that, right? You guys know what day today is.
Yes, new year, new me.
Ready to play bigger.
I love that, right? It's so cliche, right? The beginning of the year, everybody gets pumped up. Now we're going to do things this time. It's going to be different. You know, we get that opportunity every single day. We get it every single minute. So it should just be a reminder, but it shouldn't be like, okay, this time I have to do it because it's the beginning of the year. It should just be a reminder you should be doing it every day, right? What do you guys think?
Yes, 100%.
Right. Hold on. Let me let a couple more people in. So yeah, tell me about we haven't met in like 2 weeks, right? It's been like, I think 2 weeks since we had our last meeting. So tell me what's new, guys. I'm gonna go around the room. Usually we, have one or two participants who who talk and say something, but this time around we're gonna do a little differently. I want to see if maybe everyone can participate in and just telling us a little bit of something. Maybe the reason we call this a mastermind, guys, is because we want to learn from each other. If it was just me talking, it would just be it would just be a speech or a presentation, but I want everyone to just tell me a little bit something that's going on in your lives, what you're doing differently, what's working, what's not working, what are your struggles, what are your wins. Just tell us something. It'll make you feel better. 100% guarantee you that. And it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes talking in front of people, but I'll tell you this much, guys. It's really helpful for everyone else. So if you're not too confident, just do it for the other person in the room who I'm sure will take away from it. And it doesn't have to be anything, super intense. Just let's go around the room and just tell us what's new with you. What's going on in the last 2 weeks? What are you guys planning? What are your big ideas for this year? I'll start with you, Sarah. I'm gonna go down the line of people's names here. Okay.
Okay.
Tell us what's new. What's going on in your life?
Well, I started this awesome coaching
Oh, yeah,
course
yeah.
and I can't wait.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome. Yeah,
can't,
thank you.
yes, I can't wait to see what's coming with it, you know.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
excited, really, really excited. I've been talking to my team about it. I've been talking to my team leader about it. Everyone is so excited for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait till you start making some really big acquisitions for yourself and for your clients, because sometimes I know for myself, I need a little hand holding when I first got into investing. I had to do it many, many, many times with my clients before I got the bravery to do it for myself, or I got the confidence to do it for myself. And sometimes we need someone just to stand next to us and tell us it's okay. It's not that scary. It's not going to be that difficult. I've been through these steps before, and this is how we can handle all of that. So it's definitely going to help you. I know that, because anyone that's really been able to receive this information has benefited from it. So thank you, Sarah. What else you got going on, Sarah? Tell us something new and
I
exciting.
Yeah, well, I closed 2022 uh really strong. I had a 1.2 million. I closed that deal.
Yeah.
I was on the buyer side.
Nice. Congratulations. Where'd you find
Thank
that
you
buyer?
so much. They're from my community.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so it was a warm referral. Came
Look at the power
from
in
my
that.
friend's friend. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
you didn't have to pay anything for that. It's just you being you, talking and letting people know what you're doing.
yes. And then I also sold their house in Union. It's 510.
Mm-hmm.
And then I closed my best friend on a rental,
Nice.
3,400.
That's great. So
I recruited a girl on Friday.
beautiful.
She's in the process. Yeah, she's coming to EXP. I recruited a guy a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? December has been really great. And I have two buyers right now that I'm working with. I have one pending and I have one listing.
That's awesome. In 3 transactions, you made more GCI, more income than most agents probably do all year. It's true, right? Have you sat back and thought about that for a sec?
No.
That's amazing. That's a good. I mean, I remember talking to you 2 years back when you were just happy to be showing homes, and you've come a long way.
Yes.
Yeah, so good for you. I'm very proud of you. And the recruiting side, that's an amazing accomplishment too. But it's no coincidence that you're getting people to want to join EXP, because they see how successful you are becoming, and they affiliate your success with the company you're with. So it's easier to bring people on board when they see that it's working out for you. So congratulations on that too. It's only the
Thank
beginning,
you.
scratching the surface.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Anyone want to add anything to what Sarah had to say there, or you guys just have any questions for her? Because I'm sure she didn't do it by accident.
Great job, Sarah. Great
Thank
job.
you.
Yeah. Let me just ask you one last thing, Sarah, and then we'll go around the room. You said that you got this $1.5 million buyer or $1.2 million buyer from your community.
Yes.
Now, do you go around your community just begging for referrals, or do
N-
you add value, or do you participate in things?
no, just events. I go to events like weddings, bridal showers.
How do you let people know about your business? Do you just kind of bring it into the conversation? Because for a lot of it comes natural to you, Sarah, but that's a gift that you have. But for a lot of people, including myself, it's it's kind of hard to break into conversations about your business without sounding sometimes more like how would you say, getting uncomfortable with maybe bringing it up if we're not comfortable with talking to other people about what we do. Like, how do you break into that conversation?
Um, like the events are usually on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always showing up after work. So I'm always dressed up.
All
And
right.
they always ask, "Oh my God, you look so nice. Why are you dressed like this? It's the weekend." And I
Mhm.
always say, "Oh, I had an open house," or "I just came
Ah,
back from an appointment." And then everybody loves to talk about real estate.
yeah.
And then, I start talking to them about what's going on and what's happening. And then they ask me, "Do you have a card?"
Mhm.
And somehow that's how it happens. It's
Beautiful.
just very natural. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I encouraged everyone in the office to do, and I did it myself every single day, I wore a name tag, believe it or not. And as cliche and corny as it may sound, it got people business because you go somewhere and you're wearing a name tag and it says your title underneath it. That's business you could pick up, and not even people didn't even know you were a real estate agent. You could be in a line at the grocery store, you could be at Starbucks, anywhere, just going to one of your events with your sphere of influence, your friends and family, and they just could constantly get reminded, oh, that's right, you're in real estate, and they bring up the topic. So good to know, good to know. Yeah, but if you guys don't have name tags, dressing up for success also works. That's one of my goals for 2023 as well. As you can see, I'm dressed really nicely today. Just came out of the gym, but I'm going to be throwing on some really nice clothes, even if I have nothing to do that day, just because you don't know who you're going to be running into, and you also don't know what opportunities that you can have throughout the day where you wouldn't have had them if you were maybe dressed down, because you only get you only get one shot to make a first impression. So yeah, that's a really good. Thank you. See, everyone learns. I learn. We all learn from each other. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
All right, so moving right along. I'm gonna go right down the room. Brent. Brent, you're always a wealth of information. Can you please tell us what's new with you and what's going on in your life, brother?
I learned something this weekend. I went down to an area that was new to me and tried to pick up a listing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I told the lady I would list it for 20,000 higher than the lady she went with because the other lady had sold about 20 homes in that 50 plus community. So I lost. But I realized the value of, you find your niche, you cultivate that same field, and people come back to you, even though for her it was, she'd rather have the success of 20 sales rather than me as a newbie. Then I picked up two clients and spent the weekend running around with two people from out of state
Yeah.
and going back today. So I think that's going to pan out. And picked up a guy, oh man, I met him back in the GRI classes, probably, I don't know, Eva and Amanda can tell me, but I guess we started that probably 8 or 9 months ago. And I've been training him, and we just kind of now just naturally do lunch together. And I'm hoping to take him fishing at the end of the month because he said, hey, can you help me with YouTube? And I said, yeah, I sure can, but you should really talk to the master. If we went fishing together, you'd have all day to pick his brain. So he's thinking seriously of coming over to EXP, and yeah, it's good. So
That's awesome, brother.
yeah.
Congratulations. And how is your 2023? What do you have on the horizon? What are your goals for this year? What do you, not so much goals, but what is your aim? Like, what do you want to, what direction do you want to go in?
My goal is to close two deals every month, and that's really, really aggressive because I've only closed 8 deals in 17 months. So
Yes.
I got to really crank it up.
Yeah.
Um, I want to build out at least one tier on the rev share.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I want to try to help those that are on my team to find ways to succeed at a higher level. So those three goals are my majors. So
Awesome, bro.
yeah.
Well, good for you. Good for you, Brent. Thank you so much for sharing that information. And yeah, bring him. You know what Brent is a master of is that he's just a master of being able to befriend people, and that's a skill that he probably doesn't really realize how valuable it is, and maybe he does, but I can't believe how many people from one class that he took, this GRI class, how many people he is still in contact with and he has built relationships with. Sometimes we go to a gym for years, or we go to events and we go to these things, and I'm just speaking for myself. You might sit in the back, or you might sit in the corner, or you might just check your phone and just not participate in too much interactions with other people. And then you have on the opposite spectrum, you have someone like Brent who milks every single possible relationship and conversation out of that room. And I'm shocked. I mean, I'm still getting calls from Brent. Hey, this is someone I met from the GRI. I'm like, isn't that GRI like a year ago? Like what's going on, right? And it's a reminder. It's a constant reminder. One of my goals for 2023 is be more like Brent, be more like Sarah, be more outgoing and start conversations. And people I see every day, you know, like go up to them and be like, hey, listen, I really admire, you know, the way you do this, or I really enjoy watching you do this, or, you know, I've seen, you know, you progress so much in the last year that, you know, I've seen you here, you know, whatever, like, but start these conversations with people and actually have real substance behind it. Because I just feel like sometimes, you know, we don't know what blessings and what relationships we're just walking past every single day if we don't take the opportunity to just get to know people. You know,
Well, I
that's
can
the
tell
introvert in me.
Louis, if I could just add, that is certainly not a one-way street.
Hmm.
So Eva Saab is on this call, and
Yeah.
Amanda Guzman, I don't see her in the gallery, but those are two people that I met in the GRI. But it wasn't a matter of them coming on my team. I feel like I get to be on their team because I learned
Hmm.
from them. They're more experienced than me
Yeah.
as realtors, and I learn from them every day. So I just want to say thanks to Eva and Amanda both,
Yeah.
and and thanks you for the keep pushing us to think beyond what's comfortable.
Hmm. No, absolutely. That's the name of the game. And in the beginning, when you're getting started in this, you know, you're an agent. Maybe you have very little closings or no closings, or and put it into perspective. Anything you start in the beginning, whether it's maybe you're starting a YouTube channel and you have very little views, and you're thinking to yourself, like, how am I ever going to be able to network or interview big influential people? Well, you don't start from one day to the next. It's not going to be like, okay, well, today I have my new podcast and tomorrow I'm going to interview Elon Musk. It doesn't work that way. You know, Joe Rogan has over 2,000 podcasts. He has over 2,000 episodes, and he has a history of being in the influencer space even before that. So, you know, you got to put in the work and you got to put in the time, and little by little, gradually you scale up, you know. So when you have, you know, a YouTube channel that's getting on average 100 views a video, you know, next month, maybe you start getting 150 or 200 views a video, and then 1,000 views a video. Or maybe you start your podcast with interviewing local people who have done a difference. And then you're interviewing the mayor, and then you're interviewing the governor, and then you're interviewing, you know, maybe a senator, or maybe you're let's get out of politics. Maybe next time you interview somebody who is just launched maybe like a startup company in the field that you're interested in. You just don't know. You keep scaling up little by little. And before you know it, people look at you and they see, oh, how did that guy Brent just overnight just come out of nowhere? Like he's a overnight celebrity or an overnight success that took 20 years in the making, you know, something like that. So Brent, I encourage you, even though I think you can relate this to a lot of things you've done in your life, I encourage you to continue that, because even with your channel, I know frustration may set in at times. And, you know, it's probably having a YouTube channel and being a real estate agent have a lot in common, in the fact that it's very hard. And a lot of people give up along the way because they don't see the fruits of their labor initially, but it's all gradual. And then before you know it, it goes from gradual to snowball. You know, so when you start seeing that, especially in your real estate business, I've told people plenty of times, you just be patient, because sooner or later things are just going to start changing overnight. You're going to see like everything just come together. And now I've very rarely or seldomly have I ever seen someone's second year start in a recession. You know, that's the last time we had that was probably 20 years ago. You know, I'm sorry, almost 20 years ago, probably like 2008, 2009. And I wasn't in a position of leadership back then. But right now, for someone to have their second year or maybe even their third year going into a recession is going to be a little harder than someone who's starting their second year in an up market, because that's a lot easier for you to see those numbers. So I'm not going to tell you that it's impossible to do in your second year, third year, start see like all the snowball of business and come together. I'm just saying that you just have to work a little harder. You just have to be able to make sure that you don't listen to the negativity, because whether or not you care to believe this or not, people still need a place to live, and people are still looking for places to park their money, especially now when, you know, there's not too many options out there that are doing really well for people. So if you guys keep reminding yourselves of that, your second year, if it's your second or third year, it could be amazing. The fact that Sarah just said that December was an amazing month for her, I hear a lot of people saying the opposite. I hear a lot of people saying that the last few months have been horrible. I've got now Zillow contacting me about open zip codes, which means I usually don't have open zip codes in Naples. I got Zillow calling me about open zip codes. That means the agents are stopping their marketing because they're not getting as much business as they used to. So now is when it's important to start thinking a little bit outside the box and cultivating those relationships, like Sarah said, and making sure that people know that you're active in what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, Brent, what do you anything to add to that?
Um, no, I don't think so. I am gonna I'm gonna start teaching a Bible study. So I'll network with a whole bunch of new people this Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was asked to do that. And then I'm going to start teaching at my local church. So
Beautiful.
that rotates with a new group of 10 to 15 people every 6 weeks.
I
So
love it.
that'll just kind of feeds the number one calling in my life, because I still feel in many ways like I'm a pastor shepherd, and I miss that.
Mhm.
But helping other people is really what I enjoy most. So I like that.
Amen, brother. There shouldn't be any difference in the two. You can do both. Your business and your passion should find a marriage, and you're doing that. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Alejandro, you're always very, very innovative in what you're working on. Can tell us what's going on, brother? What's new with you?
Well, I have a new agent. Just joined like last week or 2 weeks ago. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to share is that well, I'll be feeling like I'm not doing enough, like I'm not closing enough or whatever. But I keep seeing myself on the top producing list of my car.
Yes.
And so I was thinking to myself, like, why I feel like I'm not doing enough if I'm like supposed to be on the top producer. Because when I used to start this business, I used to see people in those top producing and this, and I was like, man, how can I get this? That's a lot.
Yeah.
But now that I'm there, it's like, wow, like like why I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like I'm
Hmm.
not sure why did I feel
I've never seen myself on that list yet, Alejandro.
Yeah.
Mine is like month after month after month this year, and I don't know this year because I did so many rehabs. I think all my money went to the thing like really quick to my units. That's probably why I feel the way I feel. But I'm just grateful that I'm there, and I have just partnered up with like a big title company and a mortgage over here that they're gonna like pay for my advertising basically. So all I have to do is like videos and they will like post it up. They give me a very good ideas. Because I don't want I'm like 100% paperless. I don't want like to hang doors or I mean it might work or not, but it just I don't want to contaminate the environment more than what it is right now. So that's why I want to go like all digital on my marketing. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm gonna stop doing rehabs. For right now, I'm gonna focus on production, 100%. I want to be able to help him to grow as well. Like a lot of leads. That's what I'm working on right now. Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. Does anyone have anything to give Alejandro as maybe words of wisdom or any feedback or questions on what he just said?
I do.
Go
So
for it.
I want to do the same thing he's doing. He said he wants to go with his marketing all digitals, and I want to do the same thing because I've been farming and it's not cheap. And I haven't gotten any. I know I'm not being patient, but I feel like I would get more out of Facebook marketing. So that's the route I want to do this year. Like, what are you planning on doing when you said digital marketing?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I tell you everybody knows, but I started my business on Facebook ads that Luis showed me how to do it. Like my like the very first one, like 4 years ago, something like that. That's when I started getting and then I hooked up with like two or three that are still working and until today after like 5 years. I like contractors that do like fix and flip. That's how I got into the investment side of it. So it was a campaign that we can like we were like oh we're selling like a cheap house or whatever, and they put the information and then we call them, and then of course the house probably gone long time ago, but we were like Zillow, like they call them for a house not available, but you just offer another one, like the same thing, the same basic stuff. I've been doing that with marketplace, like posting like somebody else listing, and I close like 2 or 3 deals out of that just by posting on market. Louis showed me how to do that too. But now what I want to do is 100% video. Like I want to talk 1 minute video and boost it up so people like get familiar with my face. That's what I'm planning to do in this 2023. Like just all video, boosted up by interest, like people who's looking at Zillow or maybe Home Depot, like stuff like that. Then this guy come out with a great idea that I should target people who just got a baby, new baby, because they most definitely gonna start looking for a home. So that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, whatever idea they tell me is why not? You know?
Absolutely. That's great. That's you're forward thinking, because what worked 5 years ago doesn't mean that it's the same thing that's going to work in 2023. So you constantly have to be evolving with the times, and not only evolving with the times, but also evolving with what you want, right? Because maybe you don't want that anymore. Now you want something different. And how do you change your model to fit that? So, because as human beings, we're wired to want diversity, we want variety, and some people do, and other people, they're just happy doing the same thing for 30, 40 years and changing absolutely nothing. But if you're in the camp of people that you feel like, okay, you need a little bit of change in what you're doing, like uh like Sarah was saying, look, like I'm doing the postcards and I'm doing the mailers, or I'm doing this stuff, but I want to change it up, I want to go this route now. Hook up with a guy like Alejandro and figure out what it is that he's doing, and see how you can mimic the same thing. Because remember, guys, we're not competitors. There's no such thing as like a limited amount of money or clients in the world. Helping each other is the biggest reward you can ever have. Like there's levels of success, and the highest level of success is being able to help other people be successful. If you can do that, the world opens up to you. And that's one of the things that's been difficult for me the last few years, because I feel like I'm not helping enough people. I want to help more people. And this year, 2023, is going to be a year I'm going to help a lot more people. And I'm going to, at the end of this video, I'll tell you guys more about, how I'm thinking of helping more people. But I want to be able to help more people. That way I can create by default a more successful life. So Alejandro, what you're doing right now, brother, is amazing. Please keep us posted. Let us know what it is that you're learning, what the ROIs are. If you guys are not familiar with the term ROI, it's return on investment. Because if Alejandro's putting in, if he's putting in $100 in advertising, he wants to get back a multiple of that. He wants to get back 200%, 300%. Because if he can find a scenario where he can do that, then he knows he can scale up. He knows, if I put in $1,000 and I'll get X amount. So let us know how well your campaigns are working out. And we know that it takes time sometimes with these things. It's not like, oh, first month, here are my results. But it takes almost a year to really figure out, okay, this thing is very, very lucrative for me to continue doing. So please keep us posted on what's going on with that. I would be very interested in knowing.
Absolutely. Well, a good idea. The title that I'm working with told me. They told me I should just focus on my community, which is Hispanic, because all my videos and everything is like in English.
Yeah.
But she made me realize that most of my business come from Spanish people, really. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna talk in Spanish now for now.
Yeah, try that and see if that works. We always constantly have to be tweaking, and maybe that's the one piece of your puzzle that you haven't really tried yet. Anybody else want to add to what Alejandro had to say? Because I got something very, very profound to tell him. I feel is profound because I felt like that too. Anyone have anything to add to him before I say anything? Okay. Whoever remembers, maybe not everyone in the room is a parent, but or maybe you guys can relate. Has anyone ever here stressed out about when they're about to have a kid, or maybe when they had a kid, stressed out like, oh my God, am I going to be a good parent? Am I going to know what to do? Am I going to, what if my child gets injured? Like, have you guys ever stressed out about being a good parent?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. That means that you're going to be an amazing parent. This is what it means. Because there's parents out there, which you probably don't even realize, who don't give a crap about their kids and just have kids because that's biologically their ability to do so. And those parents are the ones that end up being the worst parents in the world, because they have no aim, they have no plan, they have nothing for their kids. They live very day by day and moment by moment. But the fact that you are, as a parent, you're so concerned about being a good parent means you're going to be an amazing parent. So the same thing goes with Alejandro's comment about when he said earlier, like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I want to do more. Like, I feel like I could do more. The fact that he's worried that he's not doing enough means he's going to do exceptionally well. Because if he didn't worry about doing well, it means he's probably just flying by the seat of his pants and taking opportunities as they come, or maybe not taking any opportunities whatsoever. But the fact that you're worried, Alejandro, means that you're going to do really well, and you're going to do better than the majority of people out there, because majority of people don't worry. They just kind of go with the flow. And I don't see that from you. I don't see you as a type of person who's just okay and comfortable with just good enough. So it's a good sign, and it's a good feeling to have. But now you need to refocus that energy from worry to action. Okay. So every time you worry, just remind yourself, this worry means that I need to take action. And when you take action and you look back a couple months later and you see that, that started a process for you, started a whole path.
Thank you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I think that's the part I'm doing, because I already, like I said, I already have a marketing plan, and I kind of like get together with like big people, important people in the business that is willing to invest in me, and of course they want return on investment. Which is, I'm an investor, so we can say in one language.
Amazing, brother. You're good. Please, I can't wait to hear back. So we'll see you again next week. All right, Belinda, you're next on our list, Belinda. So what we're doing today, I know you came a little bit late. You may not caught the gist of what we're doing, is that this is a mastermind and this is a new year. So I want to hear from everyone. What is new in your life? What is exciting? What is on your horizon? Because we get a lot of energy and good ideas from other people. So please, could you and just enlighten us with what you're working on or what your big ideas are for 2023?
Big ideas. I came in late, but it almost mirrors Brent's. I do a lot of counseling and coaching, life coaching, that is. And yes, on the spiritual side, you all know that my husband and I are been ordained for quite some years. But there's one scripture that hung on me on Christmas Day, and I haven't been able to let it go. And that's acquaint thyself with him, and you will be at peace. And I couldn't let that go. So I even spent my New Year's just writing in my journal. I filled up 2 journals already, 100-page journals, just writing. And what that means to me for this year is most definitely love. Love is on my horizon. The love of what I do, knowing that I'm not alone. There is no competition, there's only cooperation. There is no failure, there's only success. That anything that I believe in is what is going to pan out for me. So if I don't like what I see, change my view.
I love that.
That goes with definitely with the real estate. And as for Alejandro, if you feel that you're not doing enough, change your view. Change your view about the entire thing, because what you focus on, you will attract. It's going to come to you. You're going, that, believe it or not, is innocent, but it's self-condemnation. So I'm definitely ridding any self-condemnation. I'm not alone in this, whether you call it God or the higher power or energy or the vortex, whatever. Bottom line is we're not alone. You're not alone. So I don't have to do anything on my own. And that's really where I'm headed. So yes, everything that I am doing so far with my marketing, I'm with Alejandro, and I love doing my cards. They are turning out to do so well for me, especially right now. So yes, I know I need to do more videos, but I'm going to let that inspiration come on what to do it with. I'm not going to force it, because every time I force it, I don't like it, and I put myself in the middle of it and I let it sit on the shelf. So it has to be super inspired action. The last issue of the Success magazine, there's some apps, recommended apps on the back page. And one of them is called Be Real. And it's an app that you put on your phone. It's for Android and iPad, that you can just post instantly on what you're doing right now so that people can see what you are doing day to day without having to do any editing. It's just a help with a click so that you could post to all your social media platforms all at one time, basically. So I am, looking into that app and doing that. But really, I just want to love me and what I do and move forward with that and marry the two.
Beautiful. Thank you, Belinda. Anyone want to add to what Belinda had to say? Or questions for Belinda?
I love that. I love that counseling, and I love that acquaint yourself with God, and you'll be at peace. That is made me think of be still and know that I'm God. And one thing that I don't do naturally is be still. I'm more tense and driven than I am prone to just being still. And it's counterintuitive, but it's talk about boosting. When you take the time to be alone with God, that's when God downloads special truths to you that busyness will never allow happen. Good job, Belinda. That's great.
Absolutely. That is beautiful.
Thank you. A lot of
Thank you
times
for
I
sharing.
tell a lot of people that comes to me and they're so anxiety has kicked in. Believe it or not, and I take a note out of my own page. I tell them to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Just go take a nap. Because when you wake up, things are still there, but you have a clearer mind to deal with it. Or you get inspired action and the answer comes. But the more we're in the way, the worse it gets. And I test, tried, and proved that. Even with my body, a lot of there's no medicines in my house. I haven't been. We've been flu free and everything free.
Mm-hmm.
I had a boss. I had a district superintendent tell me one time, Brent, sometimes the most spiritual, godly thing you can do is go to bed.
Yep.
And sleep for 12 hours. That's good. It's great.
Are you guys familiar with a guy named Tim Grover?
No.
He's the coach. He was the personal coach for, and I don't mean team coach. He was a personal coach for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So you can imagine how regimented and disciplined this guy was, or with his clients and himself. And he said that the hardest thing that he had with both of these athletes that he coached personally, the hardest thing that he was up against in teaching them was to take naps. Both Jordan and both Kobe did not want to turn off. Never. They never wanted to turn off. He would fight with them to just take naps throughout the day. He's like, I don't care if you take a 5-minute nap or a 1 hour nap, just take a nap. Like that. That's kind of like what you're saying, guys, is like, yeah, sometimes, just like slow down. It sounds counterproductive that you're going to do more by doing less. But sometimes you need that. I've found myself at times when I have so many things in my mind. My brain's going a mile a minute. I don't know which way to go next. And I tell myself, you know what? Let me just take the afternoon off or go for a walk. That's always been my thing to reset myself, is go for a walk or do some exercise or take a nap. Like, and the take a nap thing has really just come in more recently and within the last year or so. And I feel like when you do take that nap and you do shut off the brain, not just close your eyes, but shut your brain off and catch that quick nap, you kind of like wake up with more energy. You do wake up with more energy, and you kind of now you start to think clearer. So if you guys ever find yourself in some brain fog or maybe not in the right place, just take that moment to just be by yourself and close your eyes for a bit. So yeah, it's definitely true, Belinda, what you're saying. 100%. Awesome. All right. So next, we're gonna go right down the line. Eva, I love hearing from people that are new to the group because we get so much more value. Eva's been with us now for a few months, but she hasn't really been as vocal as I'd like her to be. But hopefully today she can enlighten us with some of the things that she's working on, or maybe what's motivating her. So Eva, please, if you can. Let me see if I can unmute her. You're muted right now, sweetheart.
Okay.
There you
So
are.
I just want to say hello to everyone.
Happy New Year, sweetheart.
1 second. I guess I'm not supposed.
You just muted yourself again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Well, I want to say hello to everyone and Happy New Year. Yeah, I've been a little quiet, I guess. I don't want to say too much. I am trying to wrap some of the success and nice things you always have to say, guys, and the whole team, Sarah and Luis and everybody else. I just like I said, I'm just like seeing everybody's success, and I was, I guess, a dreamer to achieve it one day the same way. Just to tell you something, I don't want to take too much time, but Belinda said to be real. And, I'm a person who would rather say the real stuff than just pretend. So I just want to, to tell you a little bit of my story. I've been in real estate for about 4 years, a little over 4 years. And it's so funny because Brent says, well, I had only 8 transactions in 16 months. I think I find it as a big success because I had about 12 transactions by now in 4 years. And it's to me, it's not success at all because, again, I would like to sell 2 or have two transactions a month. But so, and before I even start to say something, I just want to say thank you to Brian that he, I guess, invited me to his team. I'm finally feeling like I'm on the right team because I am a big believer. I put God on the first place in my life, and I had a struggle. I always been in different brokerage where people were so different from me, and I finally feel I found the right place. So I want to say thank you, Brand, for being always so nice, and I'm learning so much from you, even though I'm not showing it in transactions at all yet. But so just give you a little insight of what I'm doing. I actually been kind of paused because so I've been married 21 years, and my husband told me about 3 years that he doesn't love me anymore. So unfortunately, right now I'm sitting in empty apartment because I finally decided not to be a victim of my life, of my situation. I decided that if someone doesn't want to love me, I want to love myself first, of course, God. And so kind of this is the last stage, I guess, when I want to either see if my husband misses me or sees that what it takes to be home with the kids and do things, and I needed to clear my head. So like I said, I learned so much through these, I would say now 3 years going up and down. And that's the main reason why I am not showing anything in real estate. I couldn't pick up the phone. I couldn't go anywhere. I don't want to say I felt sorry for myself. I just didn't know what to do. So, and I'm not saying, and I'm not sharing my story just for you guys to feel sorry for me. That's not why I'm saying it. I just so yeah, my goal for this year, and I love that Louis says, I know it's a new year and we should appreciate and count blessings every day, and that's our new start. So but somehow I feel like I buried the 2022 already, and I'm starting new year with not feeling as a victim anymore. I am the winner of this year. I'm taking advantage of what I had to go through, and now it's a new beginning for me. I believe in real estate, in my relationships, with God, with whoever will come to my life, if it's not my husband. And I just want to be example. I want to help. Like Belinda says, I have a big heart for help. I always been, and I want to even be example in sharing my story to others, because I learned so much through this experience. I learned a lot of books about his needs, her needs, and I realized that you want to help your family in situation. That's why I started real estate. I thought I will be helping my family, and I actually hurt my family because I was too busy and didn't give my husband the needs he needed. So But he was supposed to be there for me as a godly man. He wasn't. So it's both ways. You need two people to try. So anyway, I just wanted to share my story, and I am seeing 2023 as a new beginning, and I pray that it will be a lot of success. And I just want to say God bless you all, and I admire you, every single one of you, for things you do, and I know it will be a great year for all of us. So yep.
Ladies, please step in and show her some love and tell her everything that you girls know each other better than us. So we'll just stand back for a second. Go ahead, Eva.
I feel very loved. Actually, I finally feel, even though, every time I talk about God and love, because it's so important for me. I think that without, I feel now, never ever felt like that. I just want to like really share love, and I want to be loved, and I just want to help others. And I feel like only through God you can really show yourself and like hug people and be example. And it's just, I feel really strong. I've been struggling in past, but finally I am taking the step forward, and I just feel good. I really do feel good. So yeah, thank you. I feel the love and I feel the hugs.
That's good. Come on, girls.
Eva, thank you. I do want you to know I was in your very exact same situation, 2008, 2009. No, yeah. 2007, 2008. Market crashed, but everything crumbled, and it took a while to dig out. But here's one thing that I am going to say to you. There's light at the end of the tunnel. This too shall pass. And you have a team of help. And there is a time when you stop telling that particular story, because then you'll realize that you'll end up repeating the same things that you may have wanted to move away from. So, speaking on the Bible, let the dead bury the dead.
Yep.
And if you focus on that scripture, it'll come to light with you for a lot of things that's going on. You are great. You will do exceptionally well, because now the kids are going to be looking at you like, mommy's my superhero. And as soon as that happens, and as soon as you start taking them on the road with you and letting them see what you do, things change dramatically. Okay, nobody's at fault. You can't control what anybody else thinks, say, or do. I can't eat for you, you can't eat for me. So just remember that.
This is I'm sure you ladies have felt a lot of the same emotions and feelings as what Eva is going through, and what she may still go through in the future. So I'm sure she would appreciate, anyone's even just a kind word, if anyone wants to step in besides Belinda. Belinda, thank you so much for that. That was powerful.
Well, I just wanted to quickly say, Eva, thank you for sharing also. And please don't ever beat yourself up for anything anyone has said to you about being too busy or not having enough time for them, because that's just selfish on their part. And as women, we're just naturally busy. I mean, we are naturally caregivers and providers, and constantly making sure that everybody has everything they need. And there's no way that we can step out of that role. So don't ever beat yourself up for being busy or feeling like you didn't give him his needs. That's just selfish on his part.
Yeah.
In my opinion, in my experience.
I have to agree with you. And if I can just add one more thing to, I know it has nothing to do with real estate, but you will be successful if you feel good about your life. And one of the things I learned is don't take anything for granted. And if you and all the people I met and I share my story, they actually told me that they always, not always, but every single couple had some problems in one point of their lives or relationship. So I just want to encourage every single one of you, just love your spouse, the other person that you share or love. Try to meet their needs, because it's so important. Put the other person first. And I believe if you if you do that way, there shouldn't be no problem in your relationship. And so now I know, now it's time to put it in practice. But I mean, I think I always been that way. It's just I believe that my husband is the one who is not understanding it, but I guess it's okay. So I'm trying to focus more on God and my problems. So that's all. But thank you for everything, for all your love. So thanks.
Eva, thank you so much for sharing. And I already feel like you moved on. You sound very happy and strong. So keep going. You got this.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. That was great. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you sharing, Eva. And that's why I encourage everyone to speak up, and because we never know what gems we may be able to uncover from other people's experiences, or maybe what crosses that you're bearing, that maybe help you feel better after letting them off your shoulders. So we appreciate that, Eva, and we encourage you to continue as well, adding to these meetings and just voicing yourself, whether it be personal or business, whatever the case may be. We're always here to listen and to give you any type of help that you may need. So thank you, Eva. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
No worries.
Eva, I'll catch up with you alone, but you are a favorite child of God.
Yeah.
And I'll say more later, but girl, you're not the loser on this one. So what I'm going to take away from this meeting is what Belinda shared, and I just want you to focus right on that. Draw near to God, he will draw near to you. The way she said it was, acquaint thyself with God and you will be at peace. His name is Jehovah Shalom, which means I am the God of peace. Yeah. And when you draw near to Jehovah Shalom, you will draw near to peace. So you've given testimony to that. The enemy wants to sift you like wheat. But Jesus says, I pray for you. The work of Jesus right now, we tend to think of him, he died on the cross, he rose, but the scripture says that he sits at the right hand of the Father. He's the right hand man for God the Father. And what does he do? Interceding. He's praying for you. He's whispering in the ear of the Father. Don't forget Eva. So the Spirit of God is what he gives to you right now. So I'll catch up with you later, but it took courage for you to say that. And now take the words, don't dwell there, move beyond there, and claim victory. Claim victory.
Amen.
Amen to that, Brent. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I like to.
Go ahead, Alejandro. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry,
I just want to add something that helped me along the way and every aspect of my life, like relationship and stuff like that. I like to focus on what I can control. What you can control is the only thing you have to worry about, because you definitely cannot control other people's people, and they're gonna do whatever. So just worry about what you can control, and it's gonna reduce 99% of the anxiety and everything else.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing advice. That goes, guys, that's so universal. That helps in every little thing, from the smallest to the biggest. And thank you, Alejandro. One thing I just want to really quickly before we move on to the next person and say is that when someone says something, whether that be positive or negative, it's a reflection of what's going on inside of them. So if someone says to you, I'm not in love with you anymore, what they're really saying is, I'm not in love with myself anymore.
Amen.
Yeah. So don't take it personally. All you think you could do is pray for him. And like Belinda said earlier, just be still and know that I am God. He's got you. Just focus on what you can control, like Alejandro just said now, and just don't stress on what emotions might be going through another person's human body, because you have zero control over that. The only impact you can have on that person is by setting an example and having them watch you and see how happy you are, because that's contagious too. They're going to want a part of that. They're going to want a piece of that as well. So hopefully that helps. Good. Awesome. Amazing. Next, I'm going to move on to an oldie but goodie. Joelle, please. I know that a lot of people on this call don't know who you are, so please enlighten us on what your big ideas are, what you're working on. Tell us a little bit more about what you're thinking about.
Hi guys. Sorry, I can't talk so much. My throat is killing me for some reason. But to keep it short, I want to just focus on growing my business. And by business, I mean real estate and podcast, because I started a podcast in November. And yeah, trying to just focus on my business, growing it more, and then posting more.
I see you up there, Joelle. It looks good.
Tell us about your podcast.
Thank
What
you.
is it about?
It's called Just My Opinion. I I am a very opinionated person, and I normally don't like to speak on things, but I was like, oh, if it's your opinion, just actually Lewis gave me the idea for the name. So I just talk about topics that are relatable and things that people feel, whether it's something that you do feel or maybe you don't know you feel. And if you guys ever have any topics you guys would like me to talk about, I'll post my email on here, and you guys can send me anything, and I will gladly talk about it. Where's the chat?
Post a link to
yeah,
your
it's just
to your podcast too.
Okay. But yes, it's on life things. It's not like imagination. It's just on life, whether it's family, friends, significant others, anything. I like to talk about things like that, and hopefully in the future I can have a guest too, because I would love to have a second opinion.
Absolutely. Again, a different perspective, a debate, a healthy debate. Because the world's so polarized now, right? You're either one thing or the other, or you're on one position of a perspective or the complete opposite. And we start to hate anyone who doesn't believe or see things the way we do. And it just doesn't, it's everywhere. It's not just in a political atmosphere. It's inside of households, and it's inside of communities. And I think what's really healthy, what Joel says, I'd love to get someone else's opinion, or have a constructive debate. What I think is a good idea to do next time you find someone with an opposing point of view on something is to say to that person, can we unpack that a little bit? Because that's a good way to say, hey, can we like figure out why we're looking at this from a different perspective? Maybe we can learn from each other and encourage healthy debating, because you could learn so much if we weren't so narrow-minded, right? And there's so much information out there in the world, and maybe that person doesn't have the information you do, or vice versa. And just always keep an open mind. And at the end of the day, no one's going to make you think one way or the other. That's up to you what you think. But at least you can keep an open mind and see what it is that is driving that person to think a certain way, or vice versa. Maybe you'll find something about yourself that you never knew either. So I like that, Joelle. Any ideas that you have for your next podcast?
Yeah, every time I talk to my family, I always come up with a new topic because my family is very opinionated also. So I was thinking more of like parents validation kind of thing. Like, as it doesn't matter how old we are, we always want to make our parents proud. And I'm actually struggling with something like that now. So it's a perfect topic, and anybody at any age can relate to that.
Yeah, it's one
I
thing I
would
think we
love
can
to be
all
a
agree
fly on
on.
the wall, and I probably want to be a guest on that one.
Wow, look at that. You got your first guest.
Thank you. I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind, and I'll reach out to you, okay, Belinda?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because
It's
for
so
my
true.
kids, I set the bar too high that they feel a little discouraged for my two adults there. So
It is
that's
true.
interesting.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Belinda.
That's okay.
So true, Joelle. At any age, we always long for the approval of our parents, or in some way, shape, or form. The best story I ever heard of that was Kirk Douglas and his dad. Kirk Douglas was Oscar winner, great actor. At age 18, he told his dad he wanted to go to the Juilliard School of Arts to study acting, and his dad, who sold rags on the streets of New York City to make a living for his family, berated him, belittled him, told him he'd never amount to anything. Kurt went on and had a great career. Merv Griffin, which precedes most of you on this call, but Merv Griffin interviewed Kurt Douglas on his show. He would be like a male version of Oprah Winfrey, but not quite as famous. And he said, Kurt, tell us the biggest regret of your life. This is what he said. He started crying on the TV show. The biggest regret of my life, Merv, undoubtedly the fact that though my dad's been dead for 30 years, I long for the approval of the rag man. The rag man was his dad. So here is Oscar-winning titles. And yet what he longed for in his success was, I just wish my dad could be here to say, I love you, I bless you, I'm proud of you. So you got a great topic, girl. You just go do that, because when I'm around Joelle, you're very pretty, you're very winsome, and you got woo. So just get on there and keep going, girl. Get over yourself and just keep doing it. You're going to be successful.
Yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. I might steal that story though, for sure, but I'll definitely give you credit.
There's nothing new under the sun. Let's keep that
That's
in
right.
mind.
Yeah. There's not an original thought gone through my mind. I just steal. You know, if you steal from one person, it's called cheating. If you steal from 2 or 3 people, it's called well, if you the end of it, if you steal from more than 5 people, it's called a research paper, and you get a PhD at the end. So just keep stealing.
You got it.
Love that.
All right, next, I want to put on, if we can, Joseph, please, brother, if you can, introduce yourself really quick, brother, and tell us what you're working on, what your big ideas are, what's getting you up in the morning.
Louis, you know we can't see you, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to, I was checking on that plagiarism quote. The plagiarism quote that I think that Brent was referring to is, if you steal from one author, it's plagiarism. If you steal from many, it's research.
That's right. And if you steal from more, you're a creative thinker. If you steal from more than you can count.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, Louis, you know your camera's off, right?
It is. I think it just turned off. Oh yeah, my battery
Yeah, it
died.
said
My battery died.
exhausted.
Yeah, let me change my video camera. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, good catch, Belinda. Thank you. You're paying attention. You get an A. All right. Joseph, if you can, brother, please tell us what's going on.
Well, hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Well, first off, I want to thank you, Lewis, and thank everyone here in the community. Because this is a community, and I think community is very important. And to surround yourself around like-minded individuals, especially also with EXP, everything being virtual, this helps every Monday morning. We know that um, this is something that we count up and kind of set our week on the right way. So definitely thank you, Lewis. Thank you, everyone here, for the commitment to and having this every week.
Pleasure,
As
brother.
far as my, you're welcome. As far as myself, I want to focus more on definitely video, and I think that's been something that a lot of people have mentioned. But not just video, but showcasing myself more and putting myself out there more. I know I talked to Raquel a lot, and she's like, "Hey, you got so much to offer," and I want to start doing more of that and just be free in that mindset and not overthink things. Sometimes I think I overthink things, and just kind of go all in. Second, I've also, as far as community, I'm part of Pace Morby and Sub2 Creative Financing, and that is probably one of my main focuses right now. Um, and just with creative financing and just being a real estate agent right now, we're on the cusp of a shifting market. We're starting to see inventory rise more. So I'm trying to think outside of the box on what different ways I could add value. And this is definitely one of the ways that I see um, that it's very good to add value, and I'm able to help others out as well. Something else that I want to do more is partner with more people. I think that if we leverage each other, we're better than just on our own. Um, and try to be more mindful of my time and what my focus is. Just like Melinda said, your focus is very important. So be very intentful of what I have, what my focus is, and not just like in a broad things, but being very present as far as what my day to day, what my 24 hours is like. Sleep, you guys mentioned sleep. Sleep is very important. Be very intentional with my sleep, and not take it for granted. What else do I have here? Also automation. I want to look more into automation. Um, OpenAI is an app that recently came out, and it's gonna change the world. Just AI, and is try to find ways to use more AI, use more automation to so that I could focus on the main things, make things easier for me, be more effective with my time, be more effective with my time in my business ventures, and also with my family and friends.
It's amazing. And I'm so glad you touched on the AI piece because I wanted to end with that. I know Brent's got to go in a few seconds, but can you expand a little bit more on what OpenAI and some of the resources it has and how it can help each one of us?
Yeah, so OpenAI is a new app that you could kind of like, let's say Google, it's like a new version, I'll say a new version, more powerful version of Google where you could ask any question and it'll just spit out an answer. It could be a paper, um, and you could ask it, oh, what kind of paper it is, and it's going to give you a full out paper. You could say, oh, write me a paper about whatever topic and do it Martin Luther King style, and it's going to do it like that. Let's say for video, you want some video topics or maybe even a script on a video that you want to put out there, and it'll give it to you.
So
So
give me an example of a topic. Give me a script on what topic? Give me a topic,
um,
Joe.
let's see, headphones, headphones for cold calling.
Headphones for cold calling. Now, Brent, can you give me a style in the style of, give me someone that you like.
Uh, Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew how do you spell that?
Got me, buddy. I have no
Anyone?
idea why his name popped into my head.
Let me see. I got you. I'll look him up.
Ask Siri.
Yeah, he's right here. Cool. Thank God for Google, right? Okay. This is gonna be funny. So it gave us a script here as if Matthew McConaughey was giving you I guess like a video script or a presentation on the best headphones for cold calling. So if you read it, you could what we're doing here is what OpenAI and Chat GPT is for is basically to help you with creative. So for instance, if you're like having brain fog and you're having like a block and creativity, you just go in here and say, look, I gotta find a creative way to send an email to someone in a very fun manner. Like, can you write someone an email thanking them for the gift I just received in a fun, light-hearted manner? And they'll spit out an email for you in seconds. And it's like so good. It's like it's usually better than anything you could put together. And then what you see here is this script, it just came through. You might like 90% of this script, and you're like, oh, this 10% I could take out, or I could tweak this 10% to fit my. But what it does is it just gives you great ideas. It just gives you some really good. If you want to do like a marketing campaign, or if you want code, if you want anything that normally you would have to outsource, or maybe like a good way to convert leads, you can in here and say, give me a high converting email host for real estate sellers. And then it'll give you a hi, so it's a subject, ready to sell your home? Hi, dear name or whatever. Are you thinking about selling your home? If so, wanted to reach out, introduce myself. So it could give you anything you want, but really what it's great for, it's great for brainstorming and inspiration. Right, Joseph? Is that more or less what you're seeing?
Yeah, definitely. definitely. I think like if you're stuck in something and you just need that push, this is it right here. Whatever
Yeah,
it's on your mind, just put it on, and then just take it from there.
exactly. So if you guys are having a hard time with coming up with ideas for scripts for videos, short form, long form, whatever, you can say, so this thing right here, this Matthew McConaughey thing, right? And you can say, convert this into a short form video style. And now it's going to take that same script and it's going to give it to you in a short form. Now convert it into a tweet. Let's let it finish. So it just shortened that little script for you, is what it's doing right now. And now you want it into a tweet. How crazy is that, guys? You just shortened the amount of time that you spend on the creative process by so many factors, and you've given yourself countless ideas. So if you spend an hour on ChatGPT just coming up with ideas after idea after idea after idea, you've got videos to shoot for the next month.
I just bookmarked the site.
Yeah, it's a new Google. It's gonna be a disruptor for sure.
As long as my kids don't find it.
Oh, they will.
I'm
Kids don't even kids don't even
I'm-
talk to each other anymore. Listen, what I heard, someone was saying that their kid, instead of responding back to their friends on text messages, they asked GBT to give them like a funny response to like a thing. So like if someone says, "Oh, the Falcons just lost," I'm like, "Okay, give me a text message response in a funny way about the Falcons losing or something," and then they'll copy it and paste and send it off. Like it's funny, it's crazy. What when you see kids doing this, you know it's the future. Unbelievable, awesome, cool. Yeah, I just I know we're running short here, guys. I'm so sorry, but I don't want to go without giving opportunity to our last two here. Trina, I'm sorry to put you on the spot. I know we kind of went in a different direction here, but can you please, Trina, tell us what you're thinking about? What are your big ideas for 2023?
Oh gosh, I'm always thinking about so many things. So I'm happy to say that December I finished strong. I actually surprised myself. I had 3 closings, and one of them was the biggest home value I'd sold all year. So that was really cool. But also I'm thinking about going forward because I feel like I didn't really try too hard to make those happen. Um, and I don't mean to sound like arrogant or whatever, but I really didn't try too hard to make those happen. I was just really, I don't know. They were all personal referrals, people I already knew. Um, but going forward, I really I want to be more serious about my business. I feel like I've kind of been real nonchalant, not real serious with it. And I'd like to really be more strategic and really focus on my strengths and experiences and leverage those as much as possible. And also acknowledge my weaknesses and where I can improve. Um, I'd also like to be purposeful with setting uh, money goals, income goals, both with my real estate business and things that I could do outside of that that don't really require me to go out and show homes. Maybe more of the YouTube leveraging and social media and that sort of thing. And being extremely vulnerable right now, I think it would help my business and myself and my personal growth tremendously if I had some accountability, an accountability partner to help keep me on track, because I have a tendency to just start drifting off in multiple directions. So that's some of what I've been thinking about. But also want to say that a little bit of everything everybody said today I could resonate with. So it was really, I enjoyed listening to everybody kind of tell my story too. So and that confirms that without question, I'm with the right group, and so thankful to have all of you to meet with every week. So even though we're not in the same state, it's nice to know that I've got this team of great people that are like me. So thank you all.
Thank you, Trina. We appreciate having you here. And that's good that you had a good month in December. I mean, it's amazing actually, because like I said, there's not too many people out there having good months. Anybody you want to pick Trina's brain or add to anything she said?
Congratulations on your success.
Well, thank
We're
you very
happy for
much.
you.
Thank you.
That's
I
like
am
Lewis
open
said,
to
that's a
be
hard thing to do.
a accountability partner if you like. I like to be accountable.
Of course.
Want to partner up and done.
Love it. I love it.
You have to speak English for her though, Alejandra. I know
Yes.
you
Or
did say
teach
that
me.
you'll be doing
No,
Spanish most
yes,
of
it's
the
only
year.
the videos that I'm not attracting Spanish community. So
Or teach me another
everything
language
else.
so I can be bilingual.
Yeah, I know five. I speak fluent five languages. So.
Wow.
Hey, Lewis.
Yeah.
I like your boss.
You like my boss here?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're making
Hi.
sure I'm doing a good job.
Yes.
Awesome. Trina, one thing you said is you shouldn't discredit yourself at all with that is getting into referrals. Some people do their entire business on warm referrals, and I know sometimes that feels like it wasn't intentional. It was lucky, or maybe it was just a fluke that it happened. If you can get your referrals to be consistent, there's nothing shameful with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do more of what you think to yourself, how did I get those referrals? How did I get those leads? How did I make those connections with those people? If that worked for you, do more of that instead of trying to turn yourself into somebody that you're not or something you don't enjoy doing. Figure out, hey, listen, where did I meet those people? I need to go meet more people like that.
Yeah. I definitely prefer it over, just getting something or someone handed to me or through Zillow or whatever. I really do prefer the relationship aspect or already having a connection.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels more comfortable and natural to me.
Awesome.
And the client will be more loyal when it's a warm referral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And another cool thing is I'm also ordained. I think Belinda and I have talked about this a little bit. I'm also an ordained minister. And yesterday I performed a wedding in a house that I'd sold 5 years ago. So that was a cool way to start off the new year. My friend reached out to me. She's like, hey, can you marry us tomorrow? I'll be there.
That is so cool.
So that was a neat way to start off the new year.
That's amazing. God bless you. That's amazing. I love it. Moving on real quick, John, I want to ask you the same question we're asking everyone here today is what's been getting you up in the morning? What's exciting things that you're working on, my brother?
Yes, Louis, I'm on the road to North Brunswick to replace a kitchen sink.
Beautiful.
in one of my
see.
apartments. Yes, so
Why didn't you call me?
yeah, I'm
I'll
off
be
from
there.
work today. The what?
My daughter says she would have helped you. She loves doing things like that.
Oh yes, I need a helper for sure. Yeah, but Louis, 2022 was very interesting for me. I would say that I learned a lot. And also I spent a lot of time trying to build a professional network, people that I think will be instrumental in my future goals. And so I met very interesting people, surrounded myself with them. These are successful people who are doing very well in life. I was able to acquire 2 commercial properties for my for my business. So I maintain these 3 commercial properties, and the owners are good friends of mine. In fact, Christmas I spent with them. Yesterday, New Year's Eve, I was there. Yesterday, all day, and just trying to build a network, a professional network. And we were talking about 2023, what the things that some of these guys want to accomplish, and I feel like a dwarf around them. But I think that I'm around the right people, and of course, I'm looking for financial freedom, find home, vacation, things like that. And I think 2023 is a year to accomplish that with God's favor. I think I'll do very well this coming year. I've been out there to put out my name, try to connect with the right people, and I think this all started when I joined this group. It's Brent who recruited me to EXP. He sponsored me, and I think that started a trajectory of, I mean, totally new direction in my life. And I give credit to this group. Nobody asked me to say this, but every single day I thank God for Louis and Brent and everybody else in the group, because I'm a better person and more confident, and really my future is bright, and I'm so glad and thankful for that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're grateful for you, John. You're a ray of sunshine. Every time I run into you, it's just like the infectious type of personality that you have where people just want to be around you. And even if you don't have anything to add as far as value goes, because you're a new agent, it's just you're just being around you. You feel like you're in a better place. You feel like you're amongst people who will better you. You understand? And
Yeah.
you have so much expertise in life and in business in general that you can't help but to just be an asset to have on the team, brother. And now that you're getting really good at real estate, you're going to be a powerhouse, man, for sure.
I see that coming, Louis, and it's from your lips to God's ears. Yeah, I see it. I see it coming. This will be an awesome year. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I look forward to it as well. Yeah, and I think my daughter here wants to tell you guys, what are you excited about, Catalina? What is your big ideas for 2023?
Riding my pink motorcycle that my dad got me for Christmas.
Ah, that's a good one.
But is it really a motorcycle?
It's got two wheels and a seat, so you can call it whatever you want.
Motorcycle.
Good. Awesome. And I'll just leave you with mine, guys, which is something that I kind of wasn't really thinking too much about, but over the weekend I had the opportunity to do a spontaneous group activity that I wasn't expecting. So I went with my daughter, I went with my daughters and Joelle to go on a morning workout here in Naples, and our gym was closed. I go to an outdoor gym, but there was a young lady there who had recently started a cycling business. So what she does is she has all of her stationary bikes, like Pelotons and stuff. She's got them stashed away in storage, and then every morning and then every evening she pulls them out of storage, sets them up, and holds her class. She's been doing this now for like a week or two. So I've been watching her do this. And she said the gym is closed, but I'm allowed to do my cycling class. So if you guys want to do a cycling class for free, you'd be more than welcome. So I love a challenge, and it looked very challenging. Believe me, I see them on those bikes, and I'm like, I would not want to be in their position. But they look like they're having a lot of fun. So we took the challenge and we did the cycling, and it was a lot of fun. It was very hard. And my daughters even did it, and they stuck with it the whole time. Joelle did it.
Just for 1 hour when
Yeah.
my legs were hurting.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But it was one thing that she said when we were on that ride is that, what is your word for the year of 2023? What is your word? Because she said with her, she's noticed that when she sets words to her year, it's better for her because setting goals could sometimes can be a little difficult, because if you fall short of them, you feel like you didn't get there. So she said her word, I believe, was empowered, right? And she asked everyone else what was their word. And for me, my word was accomplished, but I really didn't know what that meant to me until I had the weekend to kind of consume it and just have it really marinate into why it's accomplished, because I love feeling accomplished. It's a feeling that I know you guys probably also can get from time to time when you feel like you got the most out of the day, the most out of the year, and imagine if you can get the most out of life. And when I look back at times that I've felt the most accomplished is when I've helped the most people and I've connected with the most people. So if I spend an entire day making phone calls, believe it or not, I feel more accomplished than if I would have recorded 2 or 3 YouTube videos, checked all my emails, sent over an offer on a property. It's a weird feeling, but I feel more accomplished when I connect with more people, even if no new business came out of it. But I feel like the energy I feel like I've absorbed more energy that way. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. So for me, for 2023, I just want to do more of that. I want to do more networking and do things that I usually don't do because of comfort. I love connecting with people, although it may seem like I don't because I'm so introverted. but I want to meet more people, and I just want to be able to communicate with more people on a daily basis. So I'm going to fit that into my 2023 schedule, just because I do want to feel like the entire year has been an accomplished year. And I've been here in Naples for a little over 2 years now, and I haven't met as many people as I would like to. You know, I haven't. And the majority of people I've met have been because of my YouTube channel. So my goal is to meet a new person every day and hopefully, you know, make something of those relationships in the future. Because looking back, the biggest successes I've had have been from the connections that I've made. You know, I look back in Jersey, and I spent many, many, many years cutting hair, and I met so many people. And then when I got into real estate, a lot of those people that I met through cutting hair helped me start my real estate business, and vice versa. I met so many people in the real estate business that all those people helped me get into the investing business. So, you know, one thing, you know, definitely helps the other, but it all starts with the relationship. So that's my big idea for 2023, if you ask me.
Awesome.
Very
I like
nice.
it.
Yeah,
Like it a
very
lot.
nice. You
Thank you, guys.
inspired me. I need to make more friends.
Yeah, we all do. We never enough friends.
Never.
Never.
Absolutely.
I have about trillion.
Yeah, but Trillian, she does. She talks to everybody.
You're just so cool. We're not as cool
Yeah.
as you.
I want to learn from her. I do. I learn from her a
Yeah.
lot. She has no fear. She goes up to people and just starts talking to them about random things.
Hello.
Okay. So yeah, now I've been looking forward to this for a while now. I'm gonna ask if Sarah, if you can take us out with a prayer today. I know you mentioned it a while back that you wanted to see more ladies participate in our closeout. So
Hello.
today's your day. Yes, Alejandro.
I'd like to add something. There is I've been logging into this mastermind with Veronica Figueroa. It is at 12, and I'll be coming out with a great idea because it's a huge team, and they have different speakers. It's Mondays at 12 p.m. If you guys
Can you
want,
send us the link for that?
Yes.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, guys. There's a good link in the chat here with Joelle's podcast and with the live training with Veronica Figueroa. If you guys don't know who Veronica Figueroa is, she was an independent Remax agency owner. She was closing over 2,000 transactions a year. Okay, 2,000 guys, not 200, 2,000 transactions a year. And someone was courageous enough to get her to look at EXP. So she's with us now, and she gives us free resources. So if you guys take advantage of that, I'm sure you'll learn some things like Alejandro said. Thank you, Alejandro. I'm actually putting it into my calendar. It's every Monday?
Yes, every Monday at 12 p.m. So the last 3 weeks I've been on it, and they got different speakers, even overseas. Like the other day, it was like this influencer from Mexico. She barely speaks Spanish, but she's selling like mentions like out of the social media. So you always come up with like great ideas because these people are talking what they're doing, and you can implement on your market. So that's what I'm. That's my guideline, really.
Awesome. Yeah, Joelle, no pressure, but that sounds like someone you can interview for your podcast too. Thank you, bro. Sarah.
More the merrier.
More the merrier, exactly.
Yeah.
Sarah,
Louis,
go for it. Yes, sweetie.
I didn't prepare.
It's
so
okay.
Can I have Trina take it?
Oh yeah, Trina, go ahead. Close
Wait,
this out.
I'll do it next week. I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. Trina, is that okay? Do you mind? I don't know if she's there.
Still here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can.
Sorry, I unplugged my headphones. I was just listening. Okay, repeat the question.
Oh, if you would mind taking us out with the prayer. Sarah's not ready this week. She's gonna pray. She's gonna pray for us next week.
Of course, I'm happy to.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Of course. Father God, we thank you so much for this opportunity to come together. I thank you that we were all able to wrap up 2022 with our health and our sanity. We thank you, Lord, for the encouragement that we received from each other today and the words of wisdom, because that is worth its weight in gold. We thank you, Father, for the year ahead and the opportunities and the lessons we've yet to learn. And we also thank you, Father, and give us strength for the things that we're going to bring into the world and the lives that we're going to touch. And I thank you, Father, for Louis, our courageous leader and the impact that he's making on our lives and the sacrifice that he gives and the value that he continues to bring. And we just thank you, and we just look forward to the future. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Trina. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone being on the call. I know we went over, but I think we all got a lot of value from today's meeting. So thank you so much, and God bless everyone.
Thank you, Louis. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Take care.
Bye-bye.